to meet Dawn Jenkins. She is a farrier and horse person, and she's got a lot.
I have a legendary career. I work with legends, both horses and people.
Yeah.
I work for actors. And
Yeah.
I've worked for, just wonderful people. And
Hello, laddie.
And it's a beat up car, so I don't have to worry about it in LA.
Yeah.
And yesterday, a goat was on the top of the car at my friend's.
Okay, so we're in Fraser Park, and we're going to meet Dawn Jenkins. She is a farrier and horse breeder and lots of other things, and we're going to hear a little bit about her story, and she's going to show us how to shoe a horse. And I think we'll first check out her horseshoeing rig over here. So Dawn, nice to meet you.
Good to see you, Jason.
And then tell us about your fancy rig here.
This is my stealth shoeing rig. So
that's perfect. So tell us what
are all of my shoeing tools. So my uncle was a famous farrier, and he got me going. Yeah. So it turns out that there's different methods of shoeing. Jason, would you please hold on to these shoes, which I pulled from a horse just around the street. That is what that poor horse had on. Now this is an illustration of how horses don't throw a shoe, they actually pull the shoe. Oh. Do you know how much torque it took for her to pull that heel?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
But this is basically this same size shoe. And which shoe would you prefer, Jason, if you were the horse?
Yeah, I mean,
would you prefer that
better
one
fit to
than this clog?
Yeah.
This thing weighs 2.5 pounds each.
Yeah, this is light.
That one's light, and it's built like a Nike. I chased down a farrier education because my uncle got me started, but I had to know more.
Yeah.
So.
And how long have you been doing it now?
Well, I started trimming in 1990.
Okay.
So this is the anvil that my uncle told me to get. He goes, don't buy an anvil, Don. Buy one of these. It's called a stall jack. He said, I've shod thousands of horses off of this thing right here. Yeah. So again, this is my very stealth rig that has horseshoes in it and everything
you need.
And then this is my magical design.
Okay.
That's my hoof stand.
Put the hoof on, yeah?
Yeah, I had this designed, and I have different welders through the years make them up for me.
Okay.
I actually sell them.
Okay.
And they're great. So being a female, I have different body ergonomics than a male.
Yeah.
Most of the farrier tools are made for guys.
Okay.
So the stand that everyone else uses is about that tall, because for guys, they don't want to bend over far.
Yeah.
But it turns out females...
Because your center of gravity is different.
Yeah, we're made for lifting babies and stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, honey. And now is when I have to remember to breathe, because I'm entering the zone of the horse, and I can't come in like a human. I've got to come in soft and ready to interact with my horse. All right, so I actually cleaned these feet out yesterday, so there's not much in there. But I am going to spray them and then put it down. So what's cool is with a good, smart horse, they know what I'm doing and they cooperate. Hence, I gave her those cookies, remember? Because I want to buy her cooperation and her to be happy.
I see you grabbing her tail a lot.
Yeah, they like this.
Okay.
This is just like me snuffling with her, like I'm part of her herd.
Okay.
So this is part of relaxing her into buddy mode, into that. And I'm right here with her. And she's relaxed, and I'm relaxed. And I'm putting my stand, but I'm wrapping my body into her body for support. This is an old rasp. We call it our hot rasp. I do not hot shoe, I cold shoe. I did own a forge, but I was terrified of it. So my daughter took it for making crafts. And I got to lend it to Uncle Ink for a number of years because he had a coal forge, and they don't allow you to use those anymore in California.
Really?
So I gave him... have to go back in horse mode and soften myself in order to do this well. This is probably the hardest thing that I'll do today, is pull the old shoes. They're really on there. Like when the days are short, they don't grow as much hoof.
Yeah, so it's something you still enjoy doing, and so you've
really
got
love it. And
the horses that you like to work with, and the
Yeah.
clients that you like to work with.
And I have wonderful people that I work for and really great horses.
Yeah,
And I think we all deserve a point in our career where we can kind of pick and choose
yeah.
what works best for us and not stress out.
So how many farriers are working in their 70s?
Lots.
Yeah?
I just talked to Myron McLean. He's turning 80.
Wow,
80.
nice.
My uncle went to 84 or something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, no, it's, if you love it,
Yeah.
and the whole thing is you gotta love it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about love.
Yeah.
And we sprayed some water on her foot. So first thing I'm gonna do is sight her foot. I'm gonna hang the hock loosely. And most horses will grow a little higher on the inside, which she has done. And we'll see if she'll be happy leaving her limb on my foot. So that's my lowest hoof stand right there.
Hey, your foot.
Now when the dog comes, he'll eat the frog. This is the frog of the foot. It's like a pad, but there are no nerves. There must be down somewhere below it, but on the outside part, like I'm trimming, it doesn't hurt her at all.
But you can't go too deep, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
Okay.
That's why you learn all these things.
You're right.
There's an actual reason for learning it. So she's got a lot of toe right now. And so I'm just going to go in and try and get through the dead sole, which is kind of chalky. You can see this kind of chalky looking white, which is the dead sole. This is a nipper that I'm using, a hoof nipper. This tool runs over $200.
Oh, wow.
And it's a fabulous tool. Then this is my knife. I use what's called a loop knife. And I like the new loop knife better than the other kind of farrier knives that you might have seen. This one is made by Hall. They're out of Canada.
Okay.
It's a really nice knife. Hey. Good girl. Okay. She doesn't want to be low, so I'm going to take her higher up. Then people always ask me, well, how do you know how much to take? It's like, well, that's why you learn all this stuff. It's kind of like flying an airplane, which, by the way, I am a pilot. I have my pilot's license. So, really, horses are the closest thing to flying.
Really?
On the ground. Yeah, because they actually fly. They have a phase of their gait when all 4 feet are off the ground. And it's very subtle riding a horse, and it's very subtle flying an airplane. It's just little motions.
Little control.
And with a horse, it's mostly how I'm sitting, how I'm breathing. Come on, good girl. That's our girl. So this is called a Black Master rasp. It's my favorite rasp. Everybody's got their own favorite. Of course. She's still a little high on the inside, so I'm going to take that down.
At this point, you're just kind of looking from experience and kind of.
So remember the nubs on the shoe. So the nubs on the shoe need to go to the center of articulation of her foot. So that means my shoe's going to come back a little bit. Jason, can you get that pen?
Yeah.
Thank you. See, I need someone else with me. So.
Oh, so that's how far back you cut the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because her center of articulation is about right there.
Yep.
And that is very helpful to have that built into the shoe.
Yeah.
That's one of Gene Ovnick's natural balance shoes.
Okay.
It's very intelligent. So this is like an eraser. I'm just erasing what I don't want. I actually teach people how to shoe and trim. I've taught a lot of people. Okay, just have to tap this heel. A smidgy poo. This is female farrier jargon. I have my own language.
Yeah.
It takes a smidgy poo. So to get that smidgy poo, this is called the Hardy hole. Hardy,
Okay.
like Laurel and Hardy.
Yep.
And anvils have those, and so does my stall jack. So that was probably enough. Yeah, it works. So we're gonna put peanut butter on the shoe.
Peanut
that
butter.
one has been in the car and it's cold. I will use hopefully a softer piece.
Is that a thing that other farriers do?
Only if they've talked to me.
Okay.
I'm not aware of anyone else that does it. I keep trying to tell people and they go, oh. Okay.
So what is that stuff used for by other people?
For packing under a pad.
Oh, okay.
7.
It's a little
So
longer.
I use the number 5s in the toe and the 6s behind.
Okay.
And I rarely lose a shoe. The nailing is actually the best part. If you've done everything else right. If you haven't, it's not. I usually start with a diagonal of nails, as in, I'll start with one toenail and one heel nail. I would never have thought of this if I hadn't had ink in my family. I would not have come up with this idea to do this as a career. I always wonder how girls get started. But it was basic necessity for me.
Well, yeah, you didn't like how the other guy did it,
Yeah.
and
So note that the shoe is staying on without me holding it.
yeah.
Which is awesome. Oh. So we do it kind of soft while it's starting, and then we intensify. Okay, now the tip is coming out. Can you see the little tip? It's over on that side. So I'm going to wring the tip off. It's the tip of the nail. Does anybody here want to hammer a nail? It's really fun. I'll get it started.
I'll try it.
Okay. All right, I'll hold it. You just come on in.
Okay.
I'll get my hand out of the way though.
Okay.
Yep. Now really have at it. When I first started, my uncle said, "You hammer like a girl." I'm like, yeah, that's about right.
I don't want to hit you or the...
Yeah, very good job. Nicely done. Guess what she gets when we're done?
Another cookie?
Yeah. She knows it.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm only doing this because of the cookie.
I tolerate this for the cookie.
Yeah.
Great.
And this is the block. So I'm going to block the nails. So right now they're sticking out. Do you want to come and take a little picture of them? So I stick the block under the nail tip. Okay. So I'm going to bend these nails a little bit farther right now and get them started. And now they're too long. Now they're just right. This part's really fun. You just squeeze and it makes what's called a clinch. So you can see my packing material, and it's fantastic. And she's got a nice shoe job.
Yeah.
And she's still got heel on both sides, even though it looks like it's a little more that way. I'm happy with it.
Looks
And
good.
she looks
Yeah. Well, Don, that's awesome. Thank you so much for letting us interrupt you and come up, and thank you so much.
That was really fun.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Too.
Yeah, thank you. So, we'll come up and
Come up and we'll mess around some
do it again some other time.
Yeah, we'll do some more horse stuff.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.